Okay, so let's get this straight. I'm sorry, never mind. That's overused. Can we start over, guys? Guys, back to 1. I don't know what is going on, but I feel like this is the perfect way to start. My name is Marco. I'm gonna say at least 20,000 more times. Everybody start counting and do not take a shot every time that I say You will die. But, oh my goodness, I did it again. Okay. Okay. Hi, guys. We're gonna get a little bit calmer really quickly. My name is Marco. Today I'm sorry, I need to make an intro. This is the first episode. No one is allowed to judge me, actually. Rule number 1 of this show is no one is allowed to judge me. I'm not even allowed to judge me. You know who can judge me? Judy. I'm not clarifying which one. There are many Judys that could judge me. Judi Dench, may she rest in peace. I think that's the woman that died recently. Judy Garland, may she rest in peace. Judge Judy herself, she's not dead. But yeah, that's rule number 1. Nobody can judge me. Rule number 2, this is talking clean. And what this is, I'm sure you can't tell from the title. It's me cleaning and also talking. Oh my goodness, I think I'm a genius. I think I might be a genius. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. This might be overwhelming for all of you, but I'm a genius. Rule number 3, I'm a genius. And, am I stealing a couple things from Las Culturistas podcast? Yeah. And quite frankly, I'm proud to do that. And the audio most definitely just spiked when I put something in a plastic bag. But, once we get proper equipment, that won't be a problem. Actually, I don't know how this would work with proper equipment because I'm walking around cleaning. But just know, one day, this might be adequate. Today's not that day. It's not that good right now. But, it just gives you things to look forward to. So welcome to Talking Clean. I'm your host, Marco Castañeda. Sometimes people will pronounce it Castaneda, Castanda, Castanada, and those would be wrong. So don't say it that way. I'll get very sad internally, and I won't say anything about it. But, it is connected to my trauma as a Hispanic person living in a white suburb. So right now, I'm just cleaning my entire room because I haven't done that since I got home about a month and a half ago. Yeah, I've not been doing well, not at all. I think I got home, and in the first few days, I realized that my old job was not gonna let me back. I don't understand why. I don't need to know why. That's their business and not mine. Quite literally, their business. That's not funny. I'm trying to cope. But yeah, just realizing that I was unemployed and in a city that I hadn't been in a full year. That was actually not a full year. A little bit less than a year. 10 days less than a full year. Maybe 9. But yeah, that was really hard. And, I've just been, not coping at all. Yeah, so I'm not doing well. People keep on asking me, oh, ¿cómo estás? Because I go to a Spanish-speaking church. They're like, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, I'm okay. There are worse things happening for other people. I'm still alive. Still have a little money. Thank God I invested in stocks, honey. Am I ashamed that I did that? A little bit. Yes, I am. But am I glad that I actually made some money back? Yes, I'm so glad. But, the stock market, who understands it? Clap if you understand it. Notice how nobody just clapped right there. Is it because I'm alone? Maybe. Let's move on. So, yeah, I do in fact have less than I did, but I did a bunch of math, as in adding and subtracting. And I looked at what I invested and what I have sold and blah, 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 blah. And I still have stuff in there that is I need this to be above this amount before I can sell it again. Because I've sold portions of that one. Is anyone interested in this? No. I'm gonna continue though. So until the portion that I have is at a certain point, that's whenever it's become profitable. Anyways, I'm cleaning my room for the first time. I feel like my mental health, not great. Whenever that convicted felon won, oh Lord, that was the moment I knew I've got to do something about this. And I said it exactly like that. I said, I've got to do something about this. And I did just peak the audio again. And I think it was the amount of air excreting whenever I said that. I've got to do something about this. Yeah, it's definitely the airflow. And I was like, I need to create art. See that one? That one didn't peak anything. I was like, I need to create art. And I am actively avoiding creating art because I am unmotivated. I'm creating something basically about my friends. And I haven't seen them in a month and a half. Yay! I used to have a podcast in high school because I thought I was going to be able to write a musical. I couldn't. I was not nearly motivated enough. I do love the idea that I had. I don't know if it would go anywhere, especially because I am not emotionally connected to that story anymore and trying to tell that story. I have a mild connection, but overall, no, I'm okay. But yeah, I am a writer. Let's introduce myself. Who is? Hi. Can I ask who I'm speaking to? Oh, yes, my name is Marco Castañeda. I am from Burleson, Texas, just like Kelly Clarkson. No, guys, you can hold your applause. I know Kelly appreciates it very much, but I don't need Kelly Clarkson's applause right now. I'm just a 20-year-old, and I'm living back at home, and it's hard when you have a meltdown in chapel, but it is not easy being a 20-year-old in Burleson, Texas. It's so hard to get a job. Who is Marco? Marco is someone who has applied to at least 15 different locations and been ghosted probably about 12 of those times. I think we're going to talk about that in a minute, but who is Marco? Marco. Oh, wow. I've never thought about this question. So, Marco grew up in Burleson, Texas, but he was born in a hospital in Dallas. For a few years, I was in Cedar Hill. Then we moved to, we had a halfway center not halfway, but while our house here was being built, we lived in Fort Worth in an apartment. And I had a vivid nightmare where my parents were watching Finding Nemo, and I was about to be run over by Thomas the Train, I think. And I had that in elementary school, and I still think about it. Not frequently, but I think about it sometimes. I think about it all the time. I was raised Southern Baptist. Oh, I didn't even finish what I was talking about. So then we moved to Southern Texas, Carrizo Springs, which is a very small town. It's been in the news, once before. I think national news. Something about football. I think it was like a nice person did a nice thing. I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, I was raised Southern Baptist. I love Bible. I do love Bible. I do not love organized religion. I think it is quite hateful at this current point and time in society. And I don't love hate. I hate that just came out of my mouth. It just sounds weird because love and hate are like opposites, and I just don't like the way that sounds. But you know what I do love? Cleaning. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with cleaning because whenever I'm cleaning, sometimes it feels like a task. And I'm like, ugh, I have to clean. But then other times when I'm cleaning, I'm like, let's clean. I'm like, I'm bored. Let's clean. Let's talk about how I was raised. I was raised a nerd. I think that my sister raised me, personally. My dad, he was an educator. He was like always at school. Always at school. My mom, I don't even know. I just feel like my mom like wasn't present in my childhood. Like, was she there? Yeah. Was she present? No. She was marked absent on attendance nearly every week. And that's why she didn't go to the Rangers game. No, but that is a random lore. I had perfect attendance and I got to go to the Rangers game in, I think fourth and fifth grade. But in third grade I got bronchitis. That's where my asthma journey started. I know everyone was wondering, Marco, when did you develop your asthma? I don't have asthma. I'm like pre-asthmatic, which is like being pre-diabetes, except not interesting. I don't even know if being pre-diabetic is interesting, but you know, the words already came out of my mouth and I can't edit this. You know, this is live. So what's said is said and what's done is done. And I believe that might be biblical. I don't know. Sometimes I just say things out loud and I'm like, I'm referencing something, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if we watched a lot of TV, but we watched TV together. My sister is born in 1998, and I'm born in 2004. So what that means is she controlled the TV most of the time. So I was raised by, like, Zoe 101. I was raised on Christian music. I was raised on Toby Mac. I was raised on Toby Mac for sure. That was a very popular artist in my bedroom. I was raised on a CD player that I only had I've had very few options. I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music on my radio. I did not even know what they were. When I would ride the bus, they would play the radio, and I'd be jamming. It'd be like, oh, yes, Halsey, get it. You know, my sister is however many years older than me, 6. Yes, I just did that math in my head. Every time I think about how much older my sister is than me, I do the math. I never remember. I always do the math. My sister, smart girl, very smart. She was given the opportunity to graduate 2 years early. Didn't take it. So that's how smart she was. She said, no, I'm gonna live my high school years. I was raised in the classroom. Before I was in school, I was in school. I just said again. Oh my goodness, I hate saying apparently. Oh my goodness, I did it again. That's so embarrassing for me. If you're listening to this podcast and you're like, what is going on? ADHD is going on. And if you have a problem with that, you're ableist. Go to therapy. Yeah, my sister's a genius. No, she's not. She's like above average smart. Is that insulting? Hope not. Sorry, girl. She's not listening to it. Actually, she might. She loves me. She is obsessed with me. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, obsessed is such a strong word. My sister, smart girl. My sister did theater in, I was in second or third. No, I was in first or second grade. And I watched her do Victoria at 16. Notorious one-act play in Texas. Everyone does Victoria at 16. She does this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I belong on that stage. So I start theater whenever we move to, I believe it's second grade that I watch this, because I start theater right after. We move back to Burleson, and I'm going to Irene Clinkscale Elementary. I'm taught by Miss Green. Thank you, Miss Green. Actually, no. I don't think Miss Green is in the picture yet. I think I'm taught by Miss Blackwell. I think Miss Green is the next year. So we're in Reader's Theater, and it's beautiful. We all have little books, and we're reading them, and we're doing theater. And I am Black Dog in, what show is this? Treasure Island. I almost said Treasure Planet, the Disney movie. Not that one. Treasure Island. I'm Black Dog. I feel so cool. I'm a little bit sad because I'm one of 4 narrators. I'm like, I'm not the lead. I don't deserve this. The next year, I'm the White Rabbit. I hope that spiked everything because I articulated those T's so much. Actually, I think that my voice teacher told us that was not correct and that we needed to like dial down the T's. Like that's a not t. It's t. Yeah. I went to a performing arts school. That's really sad that I'm saying that. More with my sister. So my sister, she starts yearbook. So in middle school, I start yearbook. She starts yearbook in high school. I do yearbook in middle school. I really want to do yearbook in high school, but I can't do everything. I don't have it in my schedule. What did I do in freshman year? Freshman year, I think I just did AV Tech. And they put me in engineering, which I did not sign up for. And that is part of my villain origin story. Sorry, I almost said something crazy. If I ever kill someone, it's because of engineering. So I still said the crazy thing because I just had to share. I wonder how that side of me opening and closing my drawer was. But yeah, they forced me to take that in high school. But I wanted to be with Miss Mitchell, which is the former yearbook teacher. Honestly, not even sure if she was... No, I think she was there the first year, in freshman year. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it next year. But that was the year that she retired. Actually, I don't know if she retired. I think she went on to, like, teach at college. I don't know. Guys, don't listen to me. Stop listening. I don't like all this pressure. Okay. So, my sister does theater. So, sophomore year, I start theater productions class with Miss Berryhill. I love theater. I'm having so much fun. We do the 39 steps, which is a farce. If you know anything about theater, you know a farce is always going to be a fun time. Rule number 4, I think it's rule number 4. A farce is always going to be a good time. And this isn't Las Culturistas. I will be doing these numerically. I will not forget. I will write things down. And there will be a book sold in 20 years, and it's the rules. And I'm going to pay to make it look like The Rules from Fairly Odd Parents, which I was not allowed to watch. And I'm going to sell it. And I'm going to pay Bruce, I think that's the guy that animated it, and Nickelodeon a little bit of money. I'm gonna be like, I'll give you royalties and this little amount of money. I know this is gonna fly off the shelves, and it's gonna be The Rules, because people are gonna think that it's affiliated with Fairly Odd Parents, so they're gonna buy it for the nostalgia. And then the fans, because I'm gonna have 1 million fans at least. That's a lot. I don't believe that. I don't believe that when I say it. So just know, I am humble. Rule number 5, I am humble. I'm so sorry. I am going to cut that out. I just I exhaled out of my nose the way that some people do when they laugh, because I find myself hilarious. But I am humble. I just stifled a laugh as I said that, because the irony in the statement. If you don't get irony, you don't get it. So farce. I was having so much fun. I had a very small role. I was a sophomore. I was happy. I was happy with it. I was grateful. I was in the 39 steps. And I was having a blast. And then the spring musicale. I was in my High School Musical era. We were doing Legally Blonde. And you know what we did? We cut the song gay or European. Because we are where? Everyone say it with me. Burleson, where Kelly Clarkson is from. And you know what? My choir teacher, I didn't take choir. I was only affiliated with him during musical season, which was like winter/spring. Actually, winter. We did the musical in January. The last week of January and the first week of February. That time. That's when we did the musical. He worked with Kelly Clarkson. He was the assistant choir director whenever she was in choir at Burleson High School. Yeah. We went to the same high school too. We did not go to the same high school building. She was in a different building. Did I take my painkillers? Sorry. I am getting over tonsillitis. This talking thing, not for me actually. But I'm gonna take some. Hopefully I haven't taken them today. I don't think I have. I remember taking my allergy pills, my ashwagandha. No, I did take them. No, I didn't. That was last night. Guys, am I gonna die if I take more? I'm not gonna take any. I'm just gonna drink some more water. Because water is good for you. Rule number 6, water is good for you. What are we doing right now? I'm talking about theater. Okay. And then, honey, it's one-act playtime. And what are we doing? The last days of Judas Iscariot. And honey, you may not know this. You don't know this, but you will. You don't know this yet, but you will. That's a reference to my senior fall play. And we're going to get to that. Just hold your horses. The last days of Judas Iscariot, that hits me deep. Because what? It's biblical. What? It has curse words. And what? We cut them out of the show because it has to be 40 minutes and we only have a certain number of curse words that we can have. Because we are what? State funded. So yeah, they're like rules and we have to cut it down to a 40-minute cut. And oh honey, we were going places. We got either first or second place at district. And then, you know what happens, honey? COVID. Not COVID. If it's COVID, Paxlovid. That just came into my head. And I'm really sorry if that triggered anybody. But it triggered me. Not in a bad way. It just pulled a trigger that I had to say that. So, honey, if it's COVID, Paxlovid. Moving on. I'm in quarantine. I'm in quarantine, honey. It's not great. Is this the year that am I doing this correctly? Yes, because I graduated in 2022. Okay, I'm doing the math. Okay. Also, very interesting fact. No, it's not. I'm so sorry I lied. Wait. Oh, okay. I remember when. Okay. Honey. I was in the accelerated math program. Oh my gosh. You're listening to a genius. No, I don't think that I'm a genius. I think I am smarter than the average student. And I blame that on being dropped Actually, no, I was pushed off of a climbing wall when I was 4, question mark. And I broke my head open. And that's the beginning of my greatness, I think. That's my headcanon. If I'm Spider-Man, that's my origin story. And I'm not Spider-Man. Alessandro Garbagna is Spider-Man. Everybody look up Alessandro Garbagna. I'm not spelling that. If you don't know how to spell it, that's on you. Look him up. He is Spider-Man. Not Tom Holland. He's just an actor. Also, if this was a secret, Alessandro, I'm sorry. I'm exposing you right now, but you are Spider-Man. And you know what? On top of that, Leaf Kimpo is Batman. Leaf Kimpo is literally Batman. Look up Leaf Kimpo. If you can't spell that, that's on you. That's on you, honey. Rule number 7, that's on you, honey. And that applies in every situation. That's on you. Oh my goodness, I said again. I'm gonna cry. I'm trying to go back in my ADHD timeline where I was. Talking about Spider-Man. I was talking about my origin story. Accelerated math. Okay. So, as you can tell from that statement, honey, I was a teacher's pet. Honey, the teachers loved me. And, it's not only because I was a teacher's child. Well, an educator's child. He was most of the time when I was a student, he was an administrator. I forgot the term. He was an administrator. But, yeah, so I was super cool with all of my teachers, which none of them groomed me. God bless. I had normal teachers and none of them groomed me. Because I was really close with them. But at a normal closeness, like not a weird closeness. And honey, I just said again. Guys, I'm quitting. Guys, this is my first episode and it's my last. This is the last you're hearing from me, honey. Oh my goodness, I said it again. I can't do this. Okay. So I'm obsessed with art. During quarantine? Oh, girl, I'm doing art. Girl, I am doing art. January, I don't know. I'm doing this random prompt thing. And I draw 2 balloons and they're connected to each other. One is red and one is blue. And the line, the string, it's 2020. In like cursive, I guess. It's connected. It's 2020. That was the worst feeling whenever 2020 did not end up all balloons. Oh, I felt really disappointed. I was like, no, this isn't how I planned it. I'm saying so much. I feel like after I edit this, I should do a tally at the end and be like, this is how many times I said and then I donate that many dollars to charity once I have the money. But I don't. So I won't. And I'm really sorry about that. Everybody donate to charity right now. Everybody donate. Instead of tithing, Christians, donate to charity right now. Jesus would love that. Jesus would really, really love that. And not to get religious all of a sudden, but I think Christians need to be donating to charity instead of the church a little bit more. And by a little bit, I mean significantly more. But we're moving on from that. So, me in high school, don't like her. We're going to keep talking about her, though. 2020, I start tracing. I get obsessed with Timothée Chalamet. I start tracing so many artworks of Timothée Chalamet. I'm like, I'm an artist. I learn how to paint skin tone. I think I'm hot shit. I think I'm amazing. Also, I do this painting of the guy that I have a crush on, and it's like just his side profile, and I do this. I don't even understand what I meant it to mean. But I think it had something to do with like the thoughts in my head are like so quirky and cute on the outside, but on the inside they are a mess. And I'm looking at the painting right now because I have it hung up in my bedroom, as one does, and that's what I get from it. Then I also have one, and it's my bisexuality painting. It's purple, pink, and blue, and it's like a face that has like no like head. So it's eyes, nose, eyebrows, and lips. And like half of it is blue and half of it is pink, because that's when I thought I was bi. Like I thought I was like men and women, I'm down. I was not. I was low-key outed, not really, in freshman year, human geography. I think that was freshman year. And this boy, he asked me, so do you like girls? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, do you like boys? And I was like, well, if we're telling the truth now, I guess I have to say yeah. So I say yeah, and like that's like the beginning of the end, because I'm going to hell. Anyways, I don't know why I said that. That's just the first thing that came to mind. Cough drops. Sorry, when you clean, just so much happens. That's like kind of how I came out. I never came out, really. Like I never like told people. I don't really know. High school, not memorable for me. Like I did a lot of things. I was very active in community service, in clubs, in UIL, which is a academic competition in the state of Texas. But, living in Burleson, the hometown of Kelly Clarkson, it's just not memorable unless you're, like, obsessed with this town. I don't know. Because there are some people that, like, still live here, like, and they, like, don't want to leave, I think. I mean, I could just be, like, assuming. Actually, no, that is what I'm doing. I'm assuming that they don't want to leave. But maybe they do want to leave, and they just don't have a way to. And that's not their fault. But I am going to make assumptions that they don't want to leave. That's on them. That is their fault. Also, if anybody takes what I'm saying seriously, go to jail. You're going to jail right now. I have a gun. I don't own a gun. Let's start with that. I do not own a gun, anybody. I do not own one. I'm very anti-gun. I think that if you want to have a gun, okay, get a handgun, please. Maybe get a rifle. Now, an automatic rifle? What do you need that for? Tell me right now, what do you need that for? Because if you're hunting, honey, if you can't hunt with a regular rifle, you do not deserve to be hunting. That's just a little bit of shade to the hunting community. I hope that this reaches the target audience. I really don't hope that reaches the hunting community. I'm quite afraid of men. So please no, actually. Please don't. Please don't talk to me if you're in the hunting community. Oh my goodness. I just found this note that my friend made me under my bed. Well, like, at the edge of my bed. I feel bad, but it's okay. She'll never know. Unless she's listening to this and she figures out that it's her, just by context clues. Actually, I didn't really give any context, but, she and a note that she wrote. So that's enough context for her, maybe. I almost gave more context, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to be found out. So, yeah, high school, not very memorable, but it did make me, in junior year, I applied to AMDA, and then I got in, and so in senior year, I was like, well, I'm not doing this college application thing. Y'all can have fun. I'm going to AMDA. But you know what I did do? This college scholarship thing. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so much time. So I applied to like a few. I make like a few thousand. It's not enough, honey. I'm working part-time. It's not enough, honey. I have to take a gap year. Oh, no. I'm not going to be able to go to college. Oh, This is horrible. No, it's not. That's what America tells you. It's not. It's not that bad. Guys, take a gap year. It's not just for the rich. It's also for the poor to work. Now, if you're taking a gap year to explore Europe, girl, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Rule number, I think 8 or 9. I hate you so much. Oh wait, no, that's not the full thing. If you take a gap year to travel Europe, I hate you so much, and that's a rule. Ugh. Sorry, I'm trying to get this stuff out of under my bed, because I'm disgusting, and I've never cleaned before. That's not true. I haven't cleaned in a really long time, though, which is still disgusting. Okay, let's get this trash. Ugh. So, take a gap year. I almost just started singing a song that someone in my class did, in my first semester at AMDA. But I'm not going to. I'm working as a server assistant. Starting July, that's when I start. And then I'm quickly promoted to a server because I'm just so good. Also because so many people quit. So many people. It was pretty lucky for me. But yeah, a lot of people left. That was nice for me. God, I hate cleaning, guys. As a task. As a fun thing, I love cleaning. As a task, why are you doing this to me? Anyways, so I'm serving with people that are 30. I'm serving with people that are in their 40s. I mature quite quickly. I'm like, I have to be the best. I have to be in the best section so that I make the most money so that I can go to school and have no debt. Because, honey, I did not apply for student loans. I did not. I was like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine with this $12,000 for this $100,000 college experience. AMDA is $60,000 a year now. Yeah. I have a $15,000 a year scholarship, so that makes it $45,000. That's still a lot, honey. Honey, I don't know if you know this, that's still a lot. So I'm working 5 days a week. Sometimes more. Sometimes I pick up someone's shift. I'm working hard. I'm not hardly working. Honey, I get a second job at this one point. Because I'm like, I need more money. I need it so bad. I almost die. I'm suffering. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. I'm making very little money at the second job. It is a local spot. I actually get paid hourly, which is crazy for a server, but it's because the tips, not good. The hours, insane. I gave him my hours. That was my fault. I do blame myself for that. I think I worked 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Why did I do that to myself? Insane. But yeah, I have so much income. It's crazy. It's the most money I've ever seen in my whole life, and I can't spend it. Oh, honey, I can't spend it. I have to save so that I can go to New York City and fulfill my dreams of being what my sister couldn't be. It's all connected. It's all connected. It's Greek. It's very Greek. It's a myth. It's mythological. My sister, she did not want to be an actor anymore. She decided she's going to be a teacher. And then she decides that she's going to be a missionary, which is like, okay, cool. I don't want to follow in your footsteps anymore. I don't understand missions work. I don't want to. Some people have their opinions on it. I don't. My sister's a missionary. I'm not gonna hate on it because my sister's one of them. And I can't hate on my sister as of right now. She's the best person in my family right now. She, like, I think I came out to her one time, and it was really hard. And she was, like, pretty fine with it. So, yeah, she's my favorite. So, I'm not gonna judge her job. Because, do I like, feel bad for the people that she's converting? No. Not really. I think that I have a polytheistic view. I feel like if people believe, I think it's true. I feel like if people have reasons that they believe, I'm like, well, they have evidence. Who am I to knock that? Let's be real. Who am I? That's what this podcast is about. No, that's what this episode is about. So, I'm working. Oh, honey, I'm working hard. I am hard. Sorry, guys. That was inappropriate. That was an inappropriate joke. I'm sorry. Sorry to my listeners. I just want to issue a public apology. That was inappropriate, and we all know it. I will do better moving forward. So I'm hard as a rock. No, I'm sorry. That was stupid. Okay, continuing on. I'm working really hard. I work for a little bit over a year there, and then I move to New York. Sorry, I'm hanging up this coat that I bought in New York for a scene that I did in first semester. That I was in drag a little bit. Oh, and honey, my teacher wanted me to be a drag queen. He was like, you need some eyeliner. That's what you need. And I'm like, I don't know how to do eyeliner. So I don't do the eyeliner. And actually, I think that was the last performance that I did, but no, I don't do the eyeliner. Well, not really. I do it one more time when I put on the makeup and everything. And I think I did do a little bit of eyeliner, but it wasn't enough. Because I was doing eyeliner, but I don't know how to do drag, honey. Sorry, I got so off track. No one cares about what I was just talking about. They care about me working. So I go to New York and I immediately go get a job after, not immediately. I wait a week to see how difficult my classes are. How many classes did you have in college, regular person? Oh, did you say 4? Did you say 4 or 5 or 6? I went to at least 2 classes every day, all 5 days, sometimes 3 and sometimes 4. So, yeah, I looked at my transcript, my unofficial transcript. I have 1,400 hours in school. I've been there for 3 semesters. I had no idea how non-draining regular school is. No shade to people in a regular school, but AMDA puts you through it. But it's like a professional training ground, essentially. So I'm going to AMDA, and then I run out of money. Marco, no, what does that mean? Do you have to go back to Kelly Clarkson's hometown, Burleson, Texas? Yes, I do. I do have to do that. And that is where we are now. Wow, that's my entire life story. I'm sure that there are more things that I could talk about, like my grandma getting dementia and that making me very sad because now I don't have her cooking and I don't have her. I can't pick her brain because I missed out on that opportunity when I was young. Young children, they don't understand that you can't pick someone's brain once they have dementia. They don't remember. And that sucks. So if I was to go back in time, I'd be like, Marco. Actually, no, I'd say Mark, because I just started going by Marco in senior year. Maybe it was during quarantine. I don't know. I had a YouTube channel called Marco Does Madness in middle school and high school. That's a little bit important, not that important. Okay. I'll go Mark. You should talk to your grandma a little bit more. Learn more about her history. But you know what? I can't do that. I can't do that. But also, I don't know. I was never like a family person because I think it's a gay thing. I don't know. I don't have like a strong connection to. These are the deepest pockets I've ever seen. Sorry, I'm like looking at this pair of shorts. That is insane that I just did that while I was talking about being gay and not connecting with your family. But yeah. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about that. I don't think that's funny. Quite frankly, I don't find you funny. I'm referencing something. I don't know what it is. I don't find you funny. I think it might be British. I don't know. I don't remember. Also, breaking news, I need a haircut. And, you know, I've been talking for 58 minutes. What feels like an hour, because it almost is. And I'm going to have to edit some of this out, so it's not going to be that long. It's not going to be 58 minutes. It might be less. It might be more. No, it won't. Shouldn't be. I should be finishing this soon. But, you know, that's just an intro. That's who am I listening to right now? And what are you doing? And why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? Honey, I need motivation. I need motivation to clean. I need motivation to create. I need motivation to speak. Sometimes I don't talk in a day. That's not true. I always talk at least at some point in the day. I talk to my mother or my father. I always talk at some point. Actually, especially because I DoorDash now, I have to talk to them. I'm not one of those people who just shows them the phone. No, I'm talking. But I need to talk. I don't talk to my friends. I text my friends. Sometimes I send them voice memos. Not very often. Sometimes I call them. Barely. Rarely. I don't know. It's a generational thing. We just don't do that as a generation anymore. We don't call. We're not in the 80s. We text so much. I think we need to bring back calling. I don't know. My mom tells me that all the time. She's like, your generation hates calling. And she's right. We do. I'm sorry. But that's all for this episode. If you want to follow me, you can. It's my Instagram is MarcoCast, except the A in Marco is an X. But you can look up MarcoCast and you'll find me. I don't know why you would want to follow me. That's kind of weird of you. Can you please not follow me? That scares me. I thought I was alone in this room, and now I'm getting really nervous. Anyways, one time my acting teacher taught us how to cry on command, and she was talking about, like, mimic the things that you do whenever you cry in your body, and then your body will be, like, reminded, and you'll do it. So that's just a little bit of acting for you. But you know what? I'm hungry. And my room is in fact dirtier than it was before because I got all of the junk out of the crevices of about, I'd say, a third of my room. But, you know, I got to talk about my entire history. And this might be 59 minutes now because we're at an hour and 1 minute. And hopefully I can cut out 2 minutes. Thank you for listening. I was Marco. I still am Marco. And I'll talk to you next time on Talking Clean.